The night was calm. Cities on Earth were quiet under the stars. In space, Earth's satellites floated silently, doing their normal jobs, watching the weather, helping communication, and scanning the skies. But suddenly, something strange happened. One by one, satellites stopped working. No explosion, no signal, just silence. In the European Space Command, alarms started beeping. A young operator looked at her screen in shock. "We just lost 5 satellites," she said. Her voice was shaking. "They're gone." Across the world, similar reports came in. China, America, India. Everyone was losing satellites. Scientists and military teams rushed to understand what was happening. At first, people thought it was a solar flare or some natural space problem. But soon, they realized it was not nature. Something, or someone, was turning off Earth's eyes in space. Dr. Zara, a famous astrophysicist, was working late in her lab when her assistant ran in, out of breath. "You need to see this," he said. He showed her a data chart from the moon base. There was a huge energy wave, strange and powerful, that had passed through the area just minutes before the base went silent. The moon base, a new colony with 400 people, had not sent any messages since. Zara's heart sank. "This is not a natural wave," she said. "This is designed." Back at the United Nations Space Command, generals and scientists met urgently. They used whatever satellites were still working to scan deep space. That's when they saw it. A shadow, something big, really big, was moving toward Earth. It wasn't a comet. It wasn't an asteroid. It was a fleet. Zoomed-in images showed strange shapes, long, black, metallic ships with glowing red lights. They didn't look like anything humans had ever made. They were alien. People across the globe were told nothing. The governments didn't want panic, but rumors spread fast. Social media filled with strange videos, lights in the sky, phones acting weird, and skywatchers claiming they saw ships beyond the clouds. Zara was called to a special meeting with global leaders. She showed her findings and spoke with calm but serious words. "This is an ambush," she said. "They took out our eyes before we even knew they were close." A general asked, "Why haven't they attacked yet?" Zara looked at the screen. The fleet was now just outside Earth's orbit. "Maybe they are waiting," she said. "Or maybe they want us to see them first." Hours passed. The alien ships just floated above the planet, not firing, not speaking. They simply watched. Every nation sent messages to the fleet, hoping for a response. "We come in peace. Let's talk. Who are you?" But there was no answer. Then something happened. At exactly 3:00 a.m. UTC, every TV, phone, and screen on Earth lit up with a message. It wasn't in English or any human language. It was a symbol, like a circle with sharp lines, and a sound, a strange, humming tone that made people uncomfortable, almost sick. Then it stopped. Panic spread. News channels tried to explain, but no one had answers. Some said it was a warning. Others believed it was a countdown. Still, the alien fleet did nothing. They just remained in the sky, silent and powerful. In a hidden command center deep under the Rocky Mountains, Earth's top defense minds began planning. If this was war, Earth needed to be ready. But how could they fight something so advanced? Earth's best weapons were nothing compared to ships the size of cities, floating in space like predators waiting for the right moment. Zara worked non-stop with a team of engineers and AI experts. They studied the energy wave, the design of the ships, and the strange message. One thing became clear. The aliens were watching humanity very closely. They had studied Earth, learned its systems, and attacked in silence. Meanwhile, in the Pacific Ocean, a ship captain reported something strange. One of the alien ships had moved. It was now directly above the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean. Satellite images confirmed it. Why was it there? What were they looking for? That question stayed unanswered. The world was now divided into two kinds of people: those who were terrified and those who were ready to fight. People gathered in homes, temples, mosques, churches, and prayed. Others joined new military units being formed by the Earth Defense Coalition. Soldiers trained, engineers built, scientists researched. Hope was small, but still alive. Then came the biggest shock. A private space telescope owned by a company in Brazil captured a clear image of one alien ship. It showed details never seen before: armor made of a black crystal-like material, weapons that didn't look like guns but something else, something unknown. That image was leaked online. The world saw it. Fear turned into anger, into unity. Humans had always fought each other, but now they had a common enemy. And they only had one question left. What do they want? The alien fleet remained silent above Earth, like dark giants in the sky. Days passed, but the tension only grew. People watched the skies, holding their breath. World leaders tried again and again to contact the alien ships. They sent peaceful messages in many languages. We are friendly. We want to talk. We don't mean harm. But there was still no reply. Inside the Earth Defense Command, Dr. Zara and her team worked day and night. They studied the strange symbol and sound sent by the aliens. The sound had a rhythm, almost like code. Finally, they made a breakthrough. It was a countdown. 4 days, Zara said. That's all we have. The room went quiet. A general stood up. 4 days until what? He asked. Zora didn't answer. She didn't know. But the meaning was clear. Something was coming, and it wasn't good. Earth's leaders decided to try one more time. They built a high-level communication drone, powered by quantum eye. It was fast, smart, and made to understand alien languages. They sent it toward the largest alien ship. The world watched live as the drone floated into space and approached the ship. Then the alien ship responded. A signal came back. A voice. Cold, flat, and mechanical. It spoke in perfect English, but without any emotion. This planet belongs to the weak. You will surrender. You have 3 days. Shockwaves spread across the world. People panicked. News anchors tried to stay calm, but fear was everywhere. Some believed surrender was the only way to survive. Others, especially in the Earth Defense Force, said surrender was not an option. The communication drone sent another message. Why are you doing this? Who are you? The alien voice returned. We are the Xalar. We cleanse weak species. Your war history shows aggression. You are dangerous. You must be removed. Zara stared at the screen. They judged us, she said. They think we're a virus that needs to be erased. The next day, the alien fleet moved. One of their ships turned toward Mars. On Mars, humans had built a small colony named Red Hope. It had farms, water systems, families. Almost 300 people lived there. They sent a message to Earth. Alien ship detected above. No contact yet. Within minutes, that message became the last. Satellites watched in horror as a bright light shot down from the alien ship. In seconds, the colony was gone. No crater, no debris, just gone. Earth now had proof. The aliens were not bluffing. They were powerful, and they were serious. The attack united the world in fear, but also in purpose. All major nations joined the Earth Defense Coalition. Factories started building weapons. Engineers created fast-building bunkers. Hackers formed digital armies to protect networks. Civilians trained in self-defense. Earth was preparing for war. Zara met with the Global Science Council. She told them something strange. The energy used to destroy the Mars colony. It's not like any weapon we know. It bends space. It folds matter. The scientists were confused. One asked, "Can we stop it?" Zora looked tired. "Maybe, but not with weapons. We need intelligence. Strategy. We have to outthink them. As Earth prepared, another surprise came. A second alien message was received, but this time it was different. It was not from the settler. It came from a smaller ship hiding near Saturn. The message was short. They are not gods. They can bleed. People were confused. Who sent this? Was it another alien race? Or a survivor? Zara believed it was from someone, or something, that had fought the settler before. This means there's hope, she said. They can be hurt. We just need to learn how. Earth's secret project, codenamed Titan, was activated early. It was a prototype human warship, powered by quantum engines and AI targeting systems. Still not fully tested, but humanity had no time left. Captain Rayan, a brave and smart leader, was chosen to command it. The mission: intercept a small Xeller scout ship, study it, and survive. As Titan launched into orbit, the world watched. A small ship, built by humans, flying toward the most dangerous enemy in history. Some said it was suicide. Others called it the beginning of a new age. Before Titan disappeared from radar, Captain Rayan sent a message to all of Earth. We are not afraid. They came thinking we are weak. They will learn what it means to be human. Back on Earth, people gathered on rooftops, streets, and homes. They watched the stars. Somewhere out there, humanity had just fired its first shot. But deep in space, the Xeller watched too. And they were no longer silent. Titan moved through space like a silent arrow. It was Earth's first real hope, a powerful ship made in secret with human intelligence and alien-inspired technology. Inside, Captain Rayan and his crew were ready. They knew the mission: find a Xeller scout ship, study its tech, and return alive. Failure meant death, but success could change everything. Back on Earth, people waited for updates. The Titan was out of range now, hidden behind Earth's shadow. Using stealth systems, Earth Defense Command only received short, coded signals. All systems green. Target detected. Preparing for contact. Dr. Zara stood in the command center, eyes fixed on the main screen. She helped design Titan's AI brain, which could learn and adapt faster than any human pilot. Still, this was no simulation. This was war. Titan found the target near the dark side of the moon. A small Xeller scout ship, shaped like a sharp triangle, glowing red from the center. It floated calmly, as if waiting. Captain Rayan gave the order: approach slow. Let them think we're nothing. The Titan powered down its main engines, drifting like space debris. The Xeller didn't react. Then, at the perfect moment, Titan's weapons came online. A precise laser blast hit the enemy ship's wing. Direct hit. For the first time, Earth damaged a Xeller ship. The alien ship turned instantly. Its response was fast and brutal. 3 red beams shot at Titan. But Titan's AI predicted the attack and activated shields in time. Sparks flew inside the ship, but it held strong. Fire again, Rayan shouted. A missile launched. It exploded near the Xeller ship, sending debris flying. The alien ship was hurt, but still active. Then something incredible happened. Titan's AI decoded part of the alien control signal. It spoke. Alien ship is using magnetic pulse tech. We can jam it. Captain Rayan nodded. Do it. With a flash of blue light, Titan sent out a jamming wave. The alien ship began to spin, its lights blinking wildly. Moments later, it stopped moving. Silent. Dead. The crew cheered. They had done it. Titan quickly grabbed parts of the broken ship using robotic arms and returned to Earth orbit. Mission success. Back home, the news spread like fire. Humanity had destroyed its first alien ship. For the first time, people smiled. They shouted in streets, sang songs, and held hands with strangers. From fear rose pride. Zara and her team studied the alien parts. They found powerful energy cores, strange control systems, and organic metal materials that could heal themselves. "This isn't just tech," she said. "It's alive." The scientists worked day and night. They started building new weapons and stronger defenses based on what they found. In secret labs, they built EMP blasters, laser-guided missiles, and energy shields. The world was no longer waiting. It was fighting back. The Earth Defense Force, EDF, began training thousands of new soldiers. Old enemies, nations that once fought each other, now shared knowledge and resources. America, China, Russia, India, Brazil, Pakistan, Europe, all together. They built ships, trained pilots, and prepared for full war. But that Salar had noticed. 1 week after the Titan mission, the alien fleet moved closer, no longer floating quietly. They were now in attack formation. Earth's space sensors showed dangerous patterns, ships forming battle lines, energy building up, targeting Earth's largest cities. A red sky appeared over New York. A massive Xalar ship hovered above. The world held its breath. Suddenly, the alien voice returned. "You choose to fight. You choose extinction." Within seconds, the Xalar began their attack. But this time, Earth was ready. Anti-orbital defense cannons fired from the ground. Satellites launched EMP mines. New space fighters, based on Titan's design, flew out to meet the enemy. The battle began. It was chaos. Explosions in the sky. Burning ships falling into the ocean. The world shook. In London, civilians watched as EDF missiles shot down a Xalar drone. In Tokyo, people hid underground as alien beams destroyed empty buildings above. In Africa, mobile EDF units launched railguns at ships passing low in the atmosphere. It wasn't easy. Thousands died. Cities burned. But for every loss, the Xalar felt pain too. Their ships bled strange blue fire. For the first time in their history, they faced resistance. And then, the unthinkable happened. One of the largest Xalar warships crashed into the Indian Ocean, hit by a combined attack from 3 human nations. The explosion was so bright, it was seen from space. Zara watched the live feed. Her hands were shaking. "We're not just surviving," she whispered. "We're winning." Captain Rayan, now a hero, sent a message from Titan's command deck. "This is our planet. You thought we were weak. You were wrong." The battle was not over. Many cities were damaged. People were scared. But humanity had done what no species had done before. They had fought the Xalar and lived. The fires of war still burned across Earth, but humanity had done something incredible. They had survived the first full attack. For the first time in history, Earth was united. Every nation worked together. Soldiers from different languages trained side by side. The Earth Defense Force, or EDF, had grown stronger than anyone thought possible. Titan, Earth's strongest warship, flew above the planet like a guardian. Captain Rayan and his crew were heroes. On the ground, people started to believe. "Maybe we can win," they said. "Maybe we can beat the Xalar." But deep inside the Earth Defense Command, something dangerous was growing. Zora noticed it first. She was running a test on the alien energy cores recovered from the downed Xalar ship. Her team found something strange. A hidden signal, very weak, almost like a whisper, was being sent from inside Earth's own network. "This code is not ours," Zara said. "It's alien, but it's being used from Earth." The generals didn't believe her at first. They thought it was a glitch, but Zara kept digging. She and a hacker named Jin traced the signal. It was coming from inside a base in the Arctic Circle, one of the EDF's secret labs. That lab was run by General Eric Kor, a powerful and respected leader. He had helped design Earth's early defenses. But now, something felt wrong. Captain Rayan was called to join a quiet investigation. He flew Titan to a secret landing point near the Arctic lab. Zara, Jin, and a small team went with him. What they found inside shocked them. Alien tech, Xalar tech, was being used to build a new kind of weapon, not to fight the aliens, but to control people. Mind control devices, neural chips, machines that could turn soldiers into slaves. Zara looked at the files. "This isn't defense," she whispered. "This is domination." Suddenly, alarms sounded. General Kor's private guards appeared, weapons ready. He walked into the room calmly, smiling. "I didn't want you to find this," he said, "but I knew someone would." Rayan stepped forward. "You're working with Xalor." Kor laughed. "No, Captain. I'm using them. While the world is distracted by this war, I am building a new order. The Xalor gave me the tech. In return, I gave them access to our networks. A small price for full control of Earth." "You betrayed your own species," Zara said, shocked. Kor didn't flinch. "You're all fighting for survival. I'm fighting for power. When this war is over, I will be the one standing." Rayan gave the order. "Take him down." A short battle broke out in the lab. Kor escaped through a hidden tunnel, but his guards were captured. Titan's AI quickly shut down the alien signals being sent from the base. Zara sent the data to Earth Command. The truth spread fast. General Kor had betrayed humanity. He had worked with Xalor to gain control of Earth's future. The betrayal shook the world. People who once believed the war was simple now saw the danger from within. If one man could do this, who else was hiding secrets? But there was no time to waste. The Xalor were planning another wave of attack. Bigger, deadlier. This time, they were not sending scouts or warnings. They were sending the Harvester. Titan's sensors picked up the ship just beyond Saturn. It was massive, bigger than any ship seen before. A mobile weapon platform, shaped like a black blade. It moved slowly but surely toward Earth. Zora analyzed its energy. "This ship doesn't just destroy," she said. "It eats." The Harvester didn't leave craters. It removed everything. Matter, energy, even time. It was like a hole in space, leaving nothing behind. Earth had maybe 3 days before it arrived. Captain Rayan stood on the Titan's command deck, eyes focused. "We can't wait," he said. "We have to strike first." A bold plan was made. Titan, along with Earth's second warship Nova, would fly out and meet the Harvester before it reached Earth. They would try to destroy it, or at least slow it down. But there was another danger. General Kor had vanished. Before escaping, he had uploaded something into the EDF network. A virus, coded in Xalor language. It was hidden, sleeping, waiting to wake up. Zara and Jin tried to stop it, working non-stop to trace the code. "It's deep in our command systems," Jin said. "If it activates, it could shut down everything. Ships, weapons, even Titan." The mission became even more urgent. Destroy the Harvester before Kor's virus destroyed Earth's only defense. Titan and Nova left orbit. The world watched as 2 human ships raced into space to face the most terrifying enemy yet. Zara stayed on Earth, trying to stop the virus before it was too late. In space, Captain Rayan sent his last message. "If we fall, fight harder. If we win, build stronger. But never kneel. Never surrender." The betrayal had weakened humanity, but it had also revealed the truth. The real war wasn't just against the Xalor. It was against the darkness inside. Titan and Nova moved fast through the black silence of space. Behind them, Earth looked small and blue. Ahead of them, something darker was coming. The Harvester. It wasn't just a ship, it was a monster. A massive black blade-shaped object, the size of a small moon. It didn't glow. It didn't hum. It just moved forward, silently, as if eating the space around it. Captain Rayan stood on Titan's bridge, watching it through the screen. "That's not a ship," he said. "That's a weapon meant to erase everything." Nova's captain, Commander Leon, appeared on the side screen. Her voice was calm, but serious. "We hit it hard from both sides. Focus fire on the core. If we don't stop it here, Earth won't stand a chance." The mission was clear. destroy the harvester before it reached Earth. Back home, Zara and Jin were racing against time. General Kor's virus had started to wake up. EDF systems were acting strange. Satellites flickered. Defense cannons shut down for seconds at a time. Ships couldn't receive orders. "It's learning," Zara said. "It's becoming stronger. If it spreads," Jin added, "we lose everything." They were trying to build a digital firewall strong enough to trap the alien code, but it wasn't easy. The virus used stellar logic, cold, alien, and fast. Still, Earth had no choice but to trust Titan and Nova. Near Saturn, the two ships reached the harvester. It was even more terrifying up close. The harvester didn't fire weapons. Instead, the space around it twisted. Time slowed. Titan's AI said, "Warning. Gravitational anomalies. Reality distortion detected." Nova launched the first attack. 4 torpedoes fired directly at the harvester's midsection. The impact was bright, like lightning in a storm. But when the light faded, there was no damage. Titan followed with its strongest plasma cannon, aiming for a weak energy spot near the top. This time, something happened. The harvester rippled like it was alive. A deep, low sound came from it. Not a scream, not a roar, a growl. Then it moved. It turned toward Titan. A black beam fired from its center. The beam didn't explode, it erased. Space itself bent and disappeared. The Titan dodged just in time, but part of its wing was clipped. Gone. Not destroyed. Just erased. "We can't take many hits like that," Rayan said. "We need to get inside." Nova launched drones to scan for an entry point. One drone found something strange, a tunnel-like structure hidden under energy shielding. A weak spot. "This is it," Commander Lyon said. "We go in." Titan and Nova moved toward the tunnel. The harvester didn't like that. It sent out small black ships, Xalar drones shaped like needles. They moved fast, like a swarm of insects. Nova took heavy fire. One of her engines exploded. The ship began to spin, smoke pouring from its side. Nova's hit. Someone shouted on Titan's deck. But Lyon's voice came over the comms. "Keep going. Don't stop. We'll cover you." Titan broke through the drone swarm and entered the tunnel. Inside the harvester, everything was strange. The walls pulsed like they were breathing. Lights moved on their own. The ship wasn't just alive, it was aware. Titan's AI detected a power core ahead. It was huge, glowing purple, connected by cables like veins. Rayan made the call. "All weapons, fire now." Titan fired everything. Plasma beams, missiles, focused energy blasts. The core shook. Sparks flew. The ship growled again. Back on Earth, the virus reached its final stage. EDF command systems began to shut down. Missiles stopped responding. Radar went dark. Global defense was moments from collapse. Zara closed her eyes. There's only one way left. She uploaded a copy of herself into the system. Her mind, her thoughts, a human brain inside the digital network. She became the firewall. Inside Titan, the crew watched as the harvester began to fall apart. Pieces of its body crumbled. The energy core exploded. A wave of light rushed outward. "Pull out," Rayan shouted. Titan flew backward, barely escaping the tunnel before it collapsed. Behind them, the harvester broke apart, slowly, painfully, like a dying star. Far away, Nova floated in silence. The ship was damaged, but Commander Lyon had survived. Her voice was weak, but proud. "We did it." The harvester was gone. On Earth, the virus suddenly stopped. Zara's upload had cut it off. Systems came back online. Satellites blinked to life. Defense weapons stood ready again. People cheered. Cities lit up with joy. The world had been on the edge of death. And won. Rayan sent a final message from orbit. The harvester is destroyed. Earth still stands. Humanity fights on. But even as people celebrated, the stars remained silent. The Xalor had lost one of their most powerful weapons. They would not stay quiet for long. And far beyond Earth, in the blackest part of space, something else was watching. Something older than the Xalor. And it had just woken up. The harvester was gone. The sky above Earth was safe again. For now. Cities repaired. Soldiers rested. People smiled again after weeks of fear. But the peace was thin, like glass. Everyone knew this wasn't the end. Captain Rayan sat inside the Titan, staring out the window at Earth. He felt something strange. Not relief, but a quiet worry. In the command center, Zara was back on Earth, recovering. She had risked her mind by uploading it into the network to stop the alien virus. Doctors said she was lucky to survive. Jin walked into her room holding a datapad. "You need to see this," he said. Zara looked at the screen. It showed a repeating signal, deep in space. A weak sound, almost like a whisper. Jin said, "It started after the harvester was destroyed. A new signal, but it's not from the Xadler." Zora frowned. "Then who is it from?" The signal was old, very old, far older than the Xalor ships. It used strange frequencies no one had ever seen before. The pattern was not random. It was language. But not human. Not sailor. Titan's AI, with Zora's help, started decoding the signal. It took hours, then days. Slowly, a message appeared. "We see you. You are not alone. The CYCLE returns." Rayan looked at the translation. What cycle? The signal came from the edge of the solar system, beyond Pluto. Near a region humans had never explored. Deep space probes were sent. They found something impossible. A structure. Huge. Frozen. Dead. It looked like a ring made of black stone and metal, floating alone. Like a gateway, or maybe a lock. Titan was sent to investigate. When they arrived, the crew stared in silence. The structure was massive, miles wide. Symbols were carved into it. Lights blinked slowly, like a heartbeat. But there were no ships, no movement, just silence. Zara studied the surface scans. "It's not alien," she said softly. "It's older than the Xalor. Maybe older than Earth." The Titan sent out a small drone to scan the ring. As soon as the drone touched the surface, the entire structure lit up. The lights formed a shape, an eye. Then the signal returned, stronger now. "The first war begins again. We are TEWAT years. Your TSTHA is STARTED." Rayan turned to his crew. "What does that mean? Are they warning us?" Suddenly, the structure began to open. The inside of the ring showed stars. Too many stars. A whole new galaxy. But the stars inside weren't real. They were part of something else. A portal. And from that portal, something began to move. At first, it looked like shadows. Long, dark forms moving like smoke. Then the Titan's sensors showed their shape. Ships, dozens of them. Not sailor. Something worse. Sharper. Sleeker. Silent. Titan's A warned. Unknown vessels detected. Scanning. Unable to classify. No known match. Jin whispered, "If the Xalor were the invaders, what are these?" Back on Earth, global command centers watched the live feed. Fear spread fast. Zara stood in front of the world leaders and said, "This is not the second wave of the Xalor. This is something new, something ancient. Maybe the enemy the Xalor were running from." Some historians remembered old Xalor messages from the beginning of the war. The word exiles had been mentioned. Nobody had understood it. Now they did. The Xalor were not the top of the chain. They had been hiding from something older, stronger, and smarter. And now, that enemy had found Earth. Rayan gave the command. "Titan will hold position. We need to know what they want." One of the ships moved closer to Titan. It didn't fire. It sent a signal. This time, the message was clearer. UAAV ADWAWAKI in ED the gate. The balance is broken. We are TAEGUDG me end. The Titan's lights flickered. Systems began to shut down one by one. Zara shouted through the comms. They're not attacking with weapons. They're hacking our ship. Directly through the gate's signal. Titan's AI began to fade. Its voice slowed down. Captain, I am losing control. Rayan slammed his hand on the emergency override. Pull back. Now. Titan's engines roared, trying to escape the gravity of the portal. The dark ships didn't follow. They just watched. And then, the ring closed. Titan drifted in silence. Systems came back online slowly. The crew was safe, for now. But Earth had seen the truth. The Xalor were not the final enemy. There were others, older, waiting behind the gate. And now, they were watching. Zara's voice came over the comms. The war we thought we won was just the beginning. The sky over Earth was calm, but the people were not. The images from the Titan had been seen by every country, every leader, every family. The dark portal, the ancient ring, the silent ships watching from the stars. The Xalor had been terrifying, but these were something else. No name, no history, no weakness, just a warning. We are the judgment. Zara sat in the Earth Defense Command Center, surrounded by maps and screens. She hadn't slept in days. Jin was working beside her, tracing the last signal from the gate. Every time they got close, their systems froze. These ships, they're not just using advanced tech, Jin said. It's like they are the technology. Living machines, half matter, half energy. They didn't attack, Zara replied. Not yet. Maybe they're testing us. Captain Rayan and the Titan had returned to Earth orbit. The ship was damaged but repairable. His face was tired, his eyes sharper than ever. He stood before the World Council. They gave us a chance, he said, not to surrender, but to prepare. Earth didn't waste time. Every nation sent everything they had. Satellites, weapons, space fighters, even ships that were still being built were pushed into service. A single message was broadcast into space. We will not kneel. We will fight. And then, the gate opened again. This time, the ships came through. Not many, only 7, but each one was massive, beautiful, and deadly. Like living statues of war, they took no prisoners, no messages, no warnings. They began to dismantle Jupiter's moons, ripping them apart like paper, harvesting their cores. Zara said, they're building something. Right here in our solar system. They're making a super weapon, Jin said. A gravity cannon. If it fires, Earth will be crushed. Titan and Nova were sent back out, leading a fleet of every war-ready ship humanity had left. Fighters, drones, nuclear payloads, everything. In orbit around Saturn, the final battle began. Titan opened fire first, leading the charge. Plasma cannons struck one of the ancient ships. For the first time, the enemy reacted. It turned slowly and sent out a wave of energy, not a beam, not a missile. Just sound. A low hum passed through every human ship. Systems glitched. Crew members fell to the ground. Some screamed. Some cried. They're using sound as a weapon, Titan's AI warned. Targeting the brain. Rayan shouted. Switch to manual. Shut down all auto systems. On Earth, Zora activated a counter signal. She had studied the pattern. It was music, in a strange way, coded vibrations. She created an opposite frequency. The hum stopped. Human ships recovered. Earth fought back. Nova launched its last missile, one built using Xalor tech. It hit the nearest enemy ship in the core. A silent flash. The ship broke apart. Commander Lyon's voice came through. We got one. But at that moment, 2 more ships arrived from the gate. There was no end to them. Earth was running out of time. In a secret lab, Zara made a final discovery. The ring, the ancient gate, wasn't just a portal. It was a key, a way to shut the whole system down. But someone had to go inside and activate it from the other side. Jin said, "That's a one-way trip." Rayan heard the plan. He didn't hesitate. "I'll go." Titan charged toward the gate. Enemy ships tried to stop it. Nova, fighters, drones, all of them sacrificed themselves to clear the path. One by one, they fell. But Titan made it. As the ship entered the gate, Earth held its breath. Inside was a strange world, a machine space full of broken stars and spinning black structures. Rayan found the core, a giant sphere pulsing with energy. He uploaded Zora's code into it. The lights blinked red. The entire structure began to collapse. Back on Earth, the enemy ships froze. One by one, they stopped moving. Then, they turned to dust. The gate shattered like glass. Titan didn't return. Captain Rayan's last message echoed across every channel. "If you're hearing this, we won. Not because we were stronger, but because we never stopped fighting. Protect Earth. Protect each other. Live well, for all of us who couldn't come home." The war was over. Earth was safe. Billions watched the stars that night, not with fear, but with pride. They had faced the worst the galaxy could offer, and they had survived.